Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said before, this is the Attic where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. As you can probably tell, this is the rough and ragged version of the Movie Attic. And if you saw the last episode, and like I always say, I don't know why you would. I alluded to the fact that this episode was going to be a murder mystery with a twist that it involved cats. So without further ado, today's big movie is Felidae, something like that. It's from 1994. Of course, I have my paper here, so it's 82 minutes long in color, region A. I assume that just applies to the Blu-ray, as most 4Ks are region free, and I know I didn't mention it, but it's a 4K Blu-ray combo. What else? The aspect ratio is 1:8:5. It's in German with English subtitles. And that might be it. It comes with a bunch of bonus features, which I didn't really dive too much into. But as always, there's the main cover. There's the back cover. And it's a deluxe edition from Deaf Crocodile. There's the J card. I already took this stuff out to save a little time because I know these painfully long videos can be just that, painfully long. There's the Blu-ray case or 4K case. There's the two discs, 4K disc and the Blu-ray disc have the same artwork. And as you can see, there's artwork in the background. I don't know how visible it is. And as with most of these new Deaf Crocodile Deluxe editions, comes with a nice thick book. Like I said before, ever since Deaf Crocodile, they used to be a partner label of Vinegar Syndrome, and ever since they left that, these deluxe editions have been really pretty nice editions. I think the only deluxe part of the Deaf Crocodile when they were on Vinegar Syndrome was the slipcover that they came with, which was limited. So anyway, a cheesy description of this movie would be an R-rated version of the Aristocats. If you know the Aristocats from, of course, Disney. But it's much more than that. And really, I would say there's almost no similarities other than it's an animated feature. The animation is very nice. It's very Disney quality. The music's by Boy George. It's unrated, by the way, not rated. But that doesn't mean it's whatever. There is a very R aspect to it. There's a lot of language in it. Of course, it's in the subtitles unless you know German. There isn't an English dub, so if you're not into reading subtitles, of course, this probably won't be for you. There's also simulated cat sex in the movie. So anyway, just be forewarned of that. Like I say, it's a murder mystery. And it's a lot like, if you've ever seen, which you probably haven't unless you're really deep into this Deaf Crocodile stuff, In the Moscow Slums is very similar to it. although that's a live action, it's not animated. The and the similarities between the two are murder mystery, and you have two characters that don't know each other but kind of team up to try and solve this mystery or crime that just happened to meet up, and they have a very Sherlock Holmes Watson relationship in the movie. The main character's name is Francis. He's a cat that just moves into the neighborhood in this old house with his owner. He meets, I guess it would be the Watson version, or the Watson character. He meets up with Bluebeard, which of course is another cat. And right away there's a murdered cat. I don't know if it's technically on the property of Francis's new home. So that starts the whole murder mystery aspect to it. And of course they run into all this host of wild characters along the way, and you're trying to figure out, is this cat murderer a human being, which Bluebeard originally kind of jumps to the conclusion of, or is it another cat or another animal? So this movie takes a lot of twists and turns. You're constantly introduced to more characters and more of the backstory, and Francis himself is having all these weird dreams, and there's a character named the Joker who he starts up like a religion revolving around this character called Claudandus, and nobody knows who that is, and there's a couple mad scientists. One might not be as mad as the other, that they're experimenting on these cats. So this Claudandus, or whatever his name is, he was a cat that was experimented on, and there's kind of a legend around him and whether he survived the experiments. And so this Joker makes this religion out of this whole situation. And so they meet up with all these, like I say, these other characters, these other cats. Of course, more cats are being murdered all along this whole path. And they run into a cat, I believe they call Pascal, and he's kind of involved in the mystery a bit, and I believe his owner, or the person in the house, is the other scientist that was assisting the mad scientist. So it's very, like I say, murder mystery. And if you've ever watched these, you're trying to piece all this stuff together and see if you can guess who the murderer or the bad guy is. So I found it very enjoyable. It's, like I say, it's 82 minutes long, but it seemed like, you think 82 minutes, you think short story, but it seemed like a full story to me, and not in a bad way, like it dragged or anything, because it was a lot of, like I say, introduction to characters, a lot of information to take in from all the different backstories and different things. So, like I say, I enjoyed it. It's not really, like I said, it's not an R-rated version of the Aristocats. Although the word Aristocats is mentioned in the movie. So take what you will from that. And it's a good movie in the sense of, it's got a lot of underlying tones, like who's the real monster. Is it the humans? Is it other cats? There's of course there's interjections of things like genetics and religion and ethical stuff. So like I said, I found it to be very enjoyable. It's a little, well, that's the other aspect I didn't mention about the R rating. Well, it's not rated R, it's not rated, but if you have kids, you definitely don't want to put this in front of them. There's a lot of blood and guts in this movie. Normally, I don't care for that stuff. But like I say, if the story's good, I can put up with it. So, I guess I should rate the movie. Like I say, these ratings don't really mean much. If you like this kind of thing, of course, it's going to be way up there. And if you don't, it's going to be through the basement. Obviously, if you don't like reading subtitles, this probably won't be for you. If you don't like foreign films, this won't be for you. And if you like kiddie animated films, this is definitely not kiddie. It's very adult themed. So take what you will from that. I never liked, well, I shouldn't say I didn't like. I started watching Japanese animated movies years ago. I always watched English dub versions of them, and then I kind of switched over. So it was a process for me, because of course it's extra work to read subtitles. But anyway, enough of that nonsense. The rating I'm going to give this movie is a solid 8 rolls of pink insulation out of 10. I enjoyed it, but that doesn't mean you will. Of course, check out the trailers. Check out, of course, other YouTube channel reviews of it. And I can't imagine any of them being worse than my channel, so you probably get a lot more information from them. So there you have it. I think the deluxe edition is still available from Deaf Crocodile. Like I say, they're one of my favorite partner labels. Well, not partner labels, one of my favorite labels. They were my favorite partner label on Vinegar Syndrome. So if you have this movie, have seen this movie, leave a comment down in the comment section. I'd love to discuss it, or if you have suggestions of other movies that are similar. I love discovering new movies, as I've said before. So there you have it. Until next time, when I'm in the attic with a completely different movie, although maybe not too completely different. My last review was of the Hundreds of Beavers, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Well, I ordered the predecessor to that movie by the same guy, and that's probably the one I'll be reviewing next. I can't remember if it's Lake Michigan Monsters or Michigan Lake Monster. But regardless of that, that's what's on slate next. Thanks so much for watching. So until next time, keep discovering those movies, and thank you so much. Bye.